So this is going to be a fun one, guys. I'm going to teach you top 10 best tricks I've learned from John Mayer over the years. And my favorite one is going to be the last one. Let's get right into that first thing. So the first thing that he does lately in his recent years, he does this tapping technique, right? Well, he'll bend the note and then tap it. So what's the technique behind it? What you want to do, right, to get this right is, let's say we're in A minor and you're bending. With your pointy finger, right hand, you want to click the already bent up G string and then pull off with that one finger. So here we go. And you can do it on either the 10th fret or the 12th fret. Both work pretty well. You can also stay on the note like this. Or the variation would be if you hit on it and then instantly pull off, which is the one that I see him do the most, actually. So it's woo, and it does sound a little bit like not guitar, some other instrument, you know. The second one is going to be similar as this one, and this is a nasty one that I use all the time. So what am I doing here? It's gonna sound weird, but it's kind of like bending and sliding at the same time. I'm bending this with all three fingers. That's very important. You can't do it with two. All three. So the bend goes from here when it's lifted up all the way down here on the 10th and then slide back to here and then, right? It's or you can do, and this would be, and slide all the way down to here and lift this. The 12th fret. So the first and second one are kind of similar. Number 3 is going to be raking. So this is one of the famous ones he does, right? In slow dancing and pretty much any solo he plays. Sounds kind of like this. The technique behind this one is have a bunch of dead notes, right? And then after the dead notes, make the one note shine. So what are you hearing here? Dead note, and then one beautiful note, right? Here we go. So the technique behind this is to deaden all the other notes and make that one note shine, right? And it sounds beautiful. You go dead note, and then one beautiful note. Or you will go, and in this situation, right, you slide from here and then rake up with my finger or a pick, like this. But you want to hear that, hit that one note, which would be G string, and slide it back to here. So it's number 4. So number 4 is going to be funkfingers. By the way, comment in the section if you guys already know this or it's something new to you and I should make more videos like this. The funk finger goes. What am I doing here? I'm playing all dead notes, right, with my right hand. And then, once I get the groove right, I'm smacking the staccato singular notes just to shine, kind of like what we're doing with the raking, but here we have a little bit of funk going on, right? So just do this and then hit note, hit another note. Woo! Number 5. So this is one of my favorite ones, and I know these are all my favorite, but this is just so beautiful. So this one's called one note run up. Now the reason why I call it one note run up is you hit one note and then you run up without touching it with your right hand. You see how that sounds slowly? Woo! Now hear it fast. Compare it to me hitting every single note, which is... It's much different because it sounds like a little bit fade away, you know what I mean? So when you're playing and you're hitting all the notes, if you just do this with one hand, it just sounds like it's ghosting out, you know what I mean? Like volume's going down. Technique behind this one is, so you're hitting the G string here, right? And then... Right? And how do I do this? First of all, you need a little bit of distortion to get that sound where you can kind of, with clean sound, it's going to be very difficult, guys. So make sure you get that gain up, right? And what am I doing is you strengthen your left hand good enough where you can, right? Just practice this here from the root note. Just go slowly. And then slowly you speed it up, speed it up, speed it up to the point where you can... Number 6. So this is called pressing the neck. What am I doing here? I'm getting that tremolo sound without having a tremolo, right? But if you want to get that different sound, which you can't get just playing on the guitar, here's an old trick. Now I've seen him dance very few times, by the way. Rare old videos where he actually does this. But here's how we do it. When you hammer on, we're staying in the A minor, by the way. All of these tricks I'm teaching you, A minor. Hammer on from the 5th to 7th on the G string, right? And you want to sustain that. Don't let go. So I am taking my palm, right? And I'm pressing on my guitar towards me, and then I'm taking my left hand and I'm pressing this towards you. So I'm doing this with my hands, but here I'm holding the note, right? If you let that note go and you do this, nothing's gonna happen. Number 7 is pressing the bridge. By the way, if you learned something new in this video, do me a solid and smash that like button, alright? This is kind of like number 6. You kind of get the same effect, but it's a different approach. So I want you to do the same thing, right? And instead of doing this, I'm pressing my bridge up, right? So I'm holding the note. So you kind of do this thing, right? I'm pressing it up. But the trick here is when you press up, you want to let go to get that sound. It's kind of like press and let go. Don't press and hold like this. See what that sounds like? So you want to do... Number 8, swelling. Now I've only seen him do this once, and as a slide trick, I don't use it a lot myself, but it's called swelling, okay? You can do this with chords, or you can do it with single notes. Here's with chords. And here's with some single notes. What's the trick behind this one? Have your volume. A lot of people don't explain how to do this. It's not turn off and turn on. You don't bring it all the way to 1 and 10 because you don't have enough finger, you see, to go down all the way and then come back up. So you want to get it down to, I would say, 6, just below 6. And practice bringing with this pinky finger 10, 6, 10, 6, 10, 6, right? And then once you have that in your fingers, you kind of can feel it without looking at it, you hit a note. And it's going to sound kind of like a harmonica rather than a guitar. It's a beautiful sound, ladies and gentlemen. But I know it's only gentlemen because I checked the statistics. Number 9. So this is a beautiful trick. It's called time. Okay, I'm going to play 2 things right now. notice the huge difference, and I'm gonna hit the same exact notes in both of them. Here's one. Right? That's one. Here's the second one. So hitting the same notes, what is the difference between those two? In the second one, you could see this beautiful flavor just come in and you go, ah, I like the way you're doing that. And what am I doing is I'm using time to my advantage, right? Imagine notes and imagine time, right? And I'm making these small time bubbles and I'm putting them between notes, right? And every note has this small time bubble and you kind of get this staccato type feel to it. Now, in order to do this, imagine like a light bulb, right? And it's on all the time. This would be like light bulb going off, coming on, going off, coming on. So you have to learn how to mute your notes and then bring them back to life like this. Beautiful technique. Just keep putting these time bubbles in between licks and in between notes. And what I'm doing here is instead of going from one note to another without turning it off, it's like this. I go. Right? Now there's time bubbles between them. You go, ah, that's beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. So the way you want to do this, the technique behind it, is to mute strings as soon as you hit it. You can mute it with your right hand or your left hand. With your right hand, when you hit, you want to mute it with your palm. With your left hand, and I usually use the left hand, is like this. You see? I just stop it with these three fingers. So the third technique is to just let go of the note. You hit it and just let go. Right, you see? You see how that's a little bit time bubbly? So number 10. So this is my favorite, okay? This is my favorite. Play the clip one more time. So what is he doing there? He's playing in A minor again. What he's doing is he's harmonizing these notes. He's using the tapping technique, but he's not really doing it with one finger. He's just slapping the whole hand. And how is he doing this? What he's doing is, if you zoom in here, right? The notes that he's hitting with his left hand, here he will hit to harmonize the same exact notes for the right hand. You want to slap your hand in this area, and you don't want to slap it on the note, okay? You want to slap it on the string where the harmony is, like this, look. You hear that? It's not in the middle, right? It's on the metal, right where that metal goes, okay? So this in A on the metal, right here. You hear how beautiful that sounds? You're hearing the notes and the harmonic at the same time. It is probably one of my favorite things just to whip out if I'm soloing with my friends and just drive everybody crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like the way I explain stuff, click here. There's some more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do next.